Hello and welcome back to another edition on the King Kaye Games channel. My name is Kay. It is good to have you with us today. Today we are in the Pacer class 142. It's been a minute since I've actually played on this thing, and now that we have to do Pacer, I wanted to actually get a video in. So uh, today we'll be starting off in the Blackpool area, heading out to Ormskirk from Blackpool South. I already have the game loaded up, so let's jump right into it. Okay, I'm just gonna start as usual by setting up cab. Select the WS. That's the key. One. Reverse and forward. I'll GWS. Tell my instrument lights are on. There we go. Headlights. Head. Let's start by opening the doors first. Doors are unlocked. And we will change this to Ormskirk. Just gonna hop out and make sure it's okay. These cameras. Alright, 30 seconds to departure. Just gonna hop back in. I think I'm missing something. Good. Okay. Alright, let's get the doors closed. And the party. Brakes.
The next stop is St Anne's on the Sea.
St. Anne's on the Sea is next. And while we have a chance, I just want to talk about what's been going on in the community. Don't know if you guys are aware of the back and forth that's been going on between Train Sim Society and the Dovetail ambassadors. And I watch all the content from all these guys. All the content is great. I'm not picking any sides. So Train Sim Society released a video pretty much pointing fingers at some of the Dovetail ambassadors. for not calling out Dovetail for their bad ongoings as far as business-wise with some of the content that they've been releasing. And I've been very critical myself of Dovetail Games, but it's been left at just that. Dovetail Games. Me personally, don't blame any of the ambassadors. There are a couple of ambassadors who will defend what's going on. You know, people spend their hard-earned money on some of these DLCs, and they don't work. So for the most part, they're shipping out bad products. Now I agree on that. What I don't agree on is that it's left up to the ambassadors to pretty much call out Dovetail. I do believe everybody has their own opinions, and do I have to acknowledge something here? And I do believe that, you know, people spend their own money. They should get the quality of the product that they deserve. With that said, I don't think it should fall on the ambassadors. At the end of the day, they're content providers just like I am. And it should solely be laid upon Dovetail Games. Defending them, I cannot see personally. I've been very critical about Dovetail Games myself, and I've made a couple of videos where I've said stuff is broken. I'm gonna call you out. Like, if I'm gonna spend my money on it, I'm gonna call you out. I want the quality of work that I was promised, and if I don't get it, then I'm gonna call you out, rightfully so. But the ambassadors who took offense to it are not the people that I would say have the issue. You know, I do watch Tintin. I do watch Train Sim Driver. Their videos are great. I think all their work is great. I would not put them in that category, definitely. Blue Games, I watch him all the time too. He's awesome. But when you just lump them all together and I guess not single out one person from that group from being the bad apple, people are going to take offense. So in that respect, I do understand that as well. But I have no dog in this race. I'm just saying how I feel. This is St. Anne's on the Sea, doors opening on the right. I'm just saying how I feel about this whole situation. And I will continue to watch their stuff. Tintin produces a lot of good stuff. Train Sim Driver has helped me on many videos with their stuff. Maybe some breaks.
The next station stop is Ansel and Fairhaven.
You know, the Train Sim community is a small community, so chances are you're gonna watch other people's videos. And I've watched them all. You know, I get my notifications and I watch them religiously. Just like I'm sure they watch mine, even though I am a small channel, very small. You can't help but not see other content creators' stuff. And every once in a while, you know, someone will comment on your stuff and acknowledge you in the community. That's all you can ever ask for. just to be acknowledged. Just continue to do the work, put in the time, and hopefully you'll grow to a channel that's as big as 1010 and Train Sim Driver and everyone else who's out there. Power Flower Trains is another good content creator I would follow if I were just getting into this. His stuff is pretty good too, and he's always supported me from day one, and I appreciate you for that, my friend. But it's just my two thoughts on the situation. I think there's plenty of content for everyone to eat. No reason to hate anyone or not like someone's page just because they said or did this. I get along with everybody. I respect everybody. And that's the way it should be. With that said, going back to Dovetail Games, there was a period where I did want to stop streaming Dovetail game products. Simply because it was broken. And although everyone knows that their content is broken, it still doesn't mean you gotta put out bad product. I don't want to give you bad product, no matter how big or small my channel is. I really do believe you deserve a great product. And I want to give it to you. If something's wrong, I'm going to call you out and say that it's wrong. It's just the way of the world. But at the same time, when all my stuff was broken, because I play on a PlayStation 5 for this game, I ventured out elsewhere to find different and better quality. And for the most part, I have. Doors opening on the right. There are so many other train simulators out there that you can play. Everything just doesn't have to be Train Sim World. Releasing the brakes. And departing. Me being from America, New York to be exact, there was a subway train that I also downloaded off of Steam. It was the World of Subways, World of Subways 4, where I was driving the number 7 train from Manhattan to Queens, and it got a lot of good responses. I believe on TikTok it's over 5,000 views. Not so much on YouTube, but everywhere else it's gotten good responses. Rightfully so. It is a very good game. I enjoy it. I actually wish they made more, but the game is at least 10 years old. It still holds up, but because everyone plays Train Sim World, it doesn't get the recognition that I feel like it deserves. And it's a good game. It's a really good game. Still have SimRail, although not as great as Train Sim World. It should still be noticed. Run 8, another good one. But Train Sim World is the go-to, and they will always be the go-to unless they keep shooting themselves in the foot. At a certain point, people are going to get tired. So, just my 2 thoughts on that.
We will shortly be arriving at Lytham.
This is Lytham. This will be opening on the right. Just can't get the hang of these brakes. And this is Lytham. Doors are closing. Releasing the brakes. And we're off.
The next station stop is Moss Side.
Moss Side's next. Just my two thoughts. I know no one has asked me that, but I am part of the community, so I'm going to speak on it. If you're just starting out in the train sim community, a really good content creator to watch would be Power Flower Trains and Planes. Other than myself, I watch him every week. He streams usually live on Sundays. If you're in America, it should be 12 midday. If you are in the UK, most likely it's 5 p.m. Has a really good following. This stuff is good. And I would start there. On YouTube, I might add, because obviously I also stream on Twitch.
The next stop is Moss Side.
But we are 1.4 miles to Moss Side. And we are in the Blackpool area, leaving Blackpool South to Ormskirk. Trying to get a feel for these brakes. Just when I feel like I have it, it doesn't feel right. I also never realized that this was mainly one track. Well, Blackpool South on the road. I've never been on this line, so
We will shortly be arriving at Moss Side.
I believe Blackpool North is two tracks. Because I believe the Pendo still goes out there occasionally. But this is Moss Side. Doors should be opening on the left. Please mind the gap. It's a close shot. Doors are closing. Releasing the brakes and applying power. Tree level crossing.
The next station stop is Kirkham and Wesham.
Kirkham and Wesham is next. As we head to Ormskirk. 2.8 miles to our next destination. As we can now get up to 70 miles an hour. I've driven every train there is in Train World, aside for Steam. I'm really not a big Steam fan. But this is actually my first time in a pacer. I've used it as AI traffic on Train Classic, which I prefer to play most. Yeah, the graphics are a little more downscaled from Train World, but at least I know what I'm getting in Train Classic, you know? I would love to play Train World all the time if I could get my blurry textures out of the way, or a broken 350 out of the way, which I'm scared to actually jump into until I can confirm that it is fixed. I'm tired of my doors not closing when I have no faults on. So, Dovetail Games, let's go. I am looking forward to the Milton Keynes to Crewe route that was just announced earlier today. Just one step closer to a full West Coast mainline run for me. I love long journeys. I have videos where I've done runs for 8 hours. One run was from Manchester to France, which was actually really, really fun. It was fun to put together, but the amount of playtime I had to put in on that, I'm not complaining, don't get me wrong. It can be a social life killer, I'll put it that way, because just to get extra shots, you have to play at least 2 times. You know, and then there's all the editing time that you have to put together, because obviously there's not a actual connecting route all the way from Manchester to France. So obviously you have to do some editing for that magic, but it was still fun. You know, part of it was the homework for me, because obviously I'm from America. I love the UK. I've been out there twice this year already, and I thought it would have been fun to actually put that together. So that's one that I'm really proud of.
We'll shortly be arriving at Kirkham and Wesham.
The other one I'm really proud of was the Glasgow to Manchester route. As you can see, I have a thing from Manchester. It wasn't planned that way, it just happens. But it is what it is. most things run through Manchester, Liverpool, like northwestern Europe, excuse me, northwestern UK uh, area. There's a lot of stuff going on there. It's close to the Midlands. I can see where most traffic would go through that way. I love it. I love hopping in that Transpennine unit, whether it's a 185 or in the Class 800 series. It's always fun. Pendos, love the Pendos. As we approach
The next station stop is Kirkham and Wesham.
Wesham, excuse me. Start breaking here. Okay, that's good. Looks like I did okay this time. Alright, doors opening on the right. Doors are closing.
We will shortly be arriving at Preston.
Preston's next. We're getting back to the new route that was just announced on the season of reveals. I am really excited, as I mentioned earlier. Obviously, the run I would love to do would be in the Pendolino from Euston to Glasgow, which I have done also in Train Sim Classic, but to see it with the enhanced graphics that Train Sim World has to offer is what I really would love. And now we're just one step closer to getting a full West Coast main line. They would have to do something about the timetable though, because the timetable is not modern enough that the Pendolino can be on these DLCs. You can still put it on there, but I would never see any Pendolinos passing me as AI. It would all be old-timey trains. Not that that's a problem, but I kind of like the realism and immersion to be as accurate as possible. So, just under 6.8 miles to Preston. Like, I'm not sure if once Just Trains and All Aboard Studios, I guess, give us a full West Coast main line, because that's definitely how it seems like it's happening. I just wish they'd give us an updated timetable, not a mod, an updated timetable, just like we got with the Trenton, New York to Trenton line and the West Coast main line. Well, I should say more Bakerloo line. Like they gave us a updated timetable. I just wish we could get something like that so my dreams can start to come to reality. And most of the time, I'm asking what you, the viewers, want to see. This one is for me. I really don't care if you want to see it. It's something I want to do. I'm going to think about me for once and be happy about it. Not that I don't care about you guys, but it's something I want. I can be selfish once in a while. So I will be. If you don't like it, you can comment that you don't like it. Probably won't care, but I'll respond in kind anyway. is what it is. Just over 5 miles to Preston. As we hit the West Coast main line. I didn't realize this could go as fast as it is. It still looks pretty smooth. .4 miles to Preston. As we head to Ormskirk. Uphill grading of 0.1%. Just gonna add some more power. For a little bit. Look at some of the scenery around here. Not really much to see. That's another thing I don't like about Train Sim World. The view of the camera cannot go very far. Train Sim Classic, I could have gone as high as clouds if I wanted to see all of the surrounding areas around the train as it's moving. Can't really go that far with these cameras. And I don't remember if it was like that in 5, but it's how I feel right now. I just feel like the cameras are restrictive. Whatever they did to the cameras, I don't like. Train Sim World 5 was fine. Now it's like I struggle with my outside cameras. Like, they're glitchy. Number 8 camera, sometimes it sticks for me. I don't know about you guys, but it sticks for me.
The next stop is Preston.
And sometimes I just want to stay in the cab. Now you have these incredible graphics, and I want to show them off. And if I get glitchy camera shots, I'd rather just stay in the cab. Well, what's going on to the right here? I see a lot of construction stuff. Is that a walk? Getting close to Preston, I can see the church down there. I think I've heard the West Pan on this one. I'm going to start braking here. As we get closer to Preston. She doesn't pay attention. Should have been braking. There we go. It's the first ping I heard. Quite bouncy. Not as bouncy as Arrow. or the 150. The 150s are pretty bouncy too. I actually like the bounce. I just feel like I should be bouncing with it in the pad. Just gonna apply a little more power here. Knowledge. Hello, coming up. Way under the speed limit, so it should be okay. Track number 2. As we approach Preston.
We will shortly be arriving at Preston.
Downhill gradient, just go braking in. Feel like I understand the brakes a little bit better. But this is Preston. Doors will be opening on the right. Okay with that? What is up with the hairdos? Wowzers. That guy. With the cameras. Look at that guy over there. Ugh, what's going on? Okay, doors are closing. Releasing the brakes and applying power. Okay, 35 leaving the platform as we head to Ormskirk. Towards Blackpool North. Hit 30 here. Just gonna let it cruise a little bit. It said 30. I've never done this run before. I have no route knowledge. But we'll put some more power into this. have a via coming up. And 3.2 miles. Hours to yellow. Double yellow. Drop down a little bit. Got a 30 coming up. Double yellows, so we'll be cautious anyway. Hello, Born 200, 6H, 6H. Thank you for watching the stream. My Discord is my name. So if you would like to, you can add me there. Another yellow coming up. As we traverse to the right. So I'll apply a little more power. And we can get up to 60. I stand corrected. I thought we would have been heading towards Blackpool North. It looks like we are south, at least for now. .1 miles to our via location. This route just looks weird. That was good. That was a nice signal. Again, never played this route before, so I do not know what to expect. I don't think we actually got a green aspect from when we were yellow, so I'm still a little bit nervous about hitting a red signal. Hopefully I don't end up spatting. But never know. There's that bounciness I like. See what it looks like from the outside. Oh, look at that. That's cool. Just see it. It's pretty cool. There's literally nothing but green around here. Not really much to see on this run, huh? And I don't know what to expect with this Via run. I'm just going to slow down a little bit. And it doesn't say stop, but you never know. For all I know, it could be an aspect signal. Are stopping at a signal or the location at a signal, so I'm going to assume it's a red. I'm just going to slow down a little bit. Okay, and I see the green, so we are good. Good until I overran the stop. That was so close after it. Oh, Jesus. Okay, next stop is Croston Platform. Oh, I did not expect that. All right, 2.5 miles to Croston.
The next stop is Croston.
I can't even tell you what the station looked like. Is where we are technically still England? Geographically, I have lost all sense of bearings on this run. Like, is this entering Wales? Probably not, but I'm just inquiring as an American boy here. Just over a mile to Croston. honestly didn't realize this run was this long. I'm not complaining, I just thought it would have been quicker. Start applying some brake in here. Just under 400 yards to our next stop.
The next station stop is Croston.
Okay, start step one. Feel like I understand the brakes a little better now. It's pretty good. Okay, hopping out. Let me see. Oh, that is right on the money. That is right on the money right there. That is some good braking, if you ask me. Up, 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 up. Oh, she made it in anyway. Oh, whatever. Releasing the brakes and applying power.
Shortly be arriving at Rufford.
2.5 miles to Rufford. Never been, never heard. But we are on our way to Ormskirk. As we get up to 70 miles an hour here. Looks like 15 miles an hour right before the platform. As we head down on a 0.1% gradient. Just gonna back off for the accelerator here.
The next station stop is Rufford.
Start braking here as we approach Rufford in less than a mile. 500 yards to Rufford as we drop down to 15 miles an hour right before the platform.
The next stop is Rufford.
Semaphore signal. As long as it's green, we are good. Assume we're going to the left here. Okay, this is Rufford. Doors will be opening on the left. Watch your step leaving the train. Still can't get over these hairdos. It just looks like a if you have the same thing, maybe look at it with some sunlight on it. Wow, look at that. That is atrocious. Atrocious. But we are departing. Releasing the brakes and applying power.
The next station stop is Ormskirk Junction.
Come on, Dovetail. You gotta do better than that helmet that was just on their heads. That was horrible. I should talk. Look at this. I should talk, right? But it is what it is, man. Oh man, we are 2.7 miles to Ormskirk Junction. I mean, I did have hair at one point, so I just think I look better this way now. Not that I have a choice. Bounce. I don't know, depending on how I feel, I may do a run off the Morristown line later. Love that line. I can never stop wanting to play that line. It is a route that's close to home for me, so naturally I want to gravitate towards it. Not my line that I would take if I were leaving my home, but it's pretty close. I live in Bergen County, so the line I would probably take would be the Bergen line. But that doesn't matter if I'm actually going into the city, because I would still have to get off at Secaucus Junction and switch to whatever train is running into New York that comes. not my train specifically, because my train does not go to New York. It goes to Hoboken. So those are two different terminals. Hoboken being in New Jersey, and New York Penn obviously is in New York. That would be where the AOPs and the ACSs and all of the all Amtrak service basically is Acela, New Jersey Transit, all terminate there. Not, I wouldn't even say terminate, because some trains do go out to the Northeast Corridor up towards Boston. So yeah, it can go either way.
The next stop is Erskine Junction.
As well as trains coming from the north. So like from Albany, which actually isn't that far from Boston, but it's a different way that it comes in. The trains from Boston comes in through basically the Bronx before they head into the tunnels where Long Island Railroad is. And the trains from Albany Rensselaer, usually come in off of the Henry Hudson line, basically. So two different ways to come in, same destination. But this is Burskoff. Doors are opening on the right. Let's look at these hairdos. Oof. Wait, lady, come here. I want to. Not you. I know what your hair looks like. I want to see your. That's pretty normal. Let's see what you have. Helmet. I look stressed out. Hard day's work, mate. Hard day's work. But let's get these doors locked. Next and final stop is Ormskirk. .3 miles to Ormskirk.
The next station stop is Ormskirk, where this train terminates.
Just under 2 miles to Ormskirk. London, I've never been. So, really don't know what to expect in this area. I do see a lot of farm activity. Just a city boy who enjoys a semi-country life. Like, I like the city life. I'm just tired of the city life. And I enjoy space now. Like, I don't want so many people around me anymore. Start breaking here. Yeah, 15 and less than 400 yards. As we approach
We will shortly be arriving at Ormskirk, where this train terminates.
Uphill gradient, so just gonna add a little more throttle. But we should be at 15. Let's go cut it back to 1. 300 yards from our final destination of Ormskirk. This is Ormskirk. Doors will be opening on the left. It's weird, but it stopped me all the way back there. Oh, look at your hair, lady. Sheesh, what is going on? The helmet. Look at this guy. Horrible. That mustache. Having more fun looking at the hair. That is crazy. Right? Okay, and that was Blackpool South to Ormskirk. It's a run I've never done before. Wasn't that bad. It's a little different for me. Uh, but something I could probably do again. Not that I want to, but that's what it is. Blackpool South is actually not a not a bad run, but Blackpool North I would probably have more fun. But anyway, we'll jump back into the timetable. actually the main menu, and we'll head out to definitely Wales and hop in the Cardiff City network, running in the Pacer again. It's a Pacer day, so just keep pace with me. Sure which one I would probably say this one. No. This one. Pacer. Matter. Actually, I want this one. Like it. And we are looking for 2C15, the one I was looking at. But I think that was in a different livery, so we will pick a different one today. No, I want to start in Radyr and head to Coryton. So we will hop in this one, 2C19. I will change my dynamic weather because if I wanted my weather to change, I would select that instead of it being default. We'll add some clouds and we'll hop in. Okay, and as usual, I'm going to set up the cap. WS unisolated. So come. And we are heading to. Let's go full. Britain. Go, Britain. Hop back in the chair. That's everything. Isolation. Master key on. Forward. Acknowledge AWS. Let's get the doors open. Instrument lights were already on. Headlights in day. What else is on here? Instrument lights. Yep. I think we're okay here. Departing in 10 seconds. Let's get the doors closed. Just waiting to pop this DRA off. And there we go.
The next stop is Danes Court.
What was that, Barry White? Why was his voice so deep? I mean, it's cool as shit. I wasn't expecting that. Oh man, 20 miles leaving the platform. Next stop is Dames Court. Oh man. The next stop is Dames Court. All right, we can get up to 25 as we head towards Croydon on the Cardiff City network. All right, full beans, getting up to 55 here. One mile to Dames Court. Must admit, I have played this DLC probably once or twice. I didn't think it was entertaining enough for me. Like, it wasn't eye-catching for me, but I do like this pacer. So once I got the new pacer, I wanted to play it a little bit. And I'll watch other people's streams and they're playing the pacer, and I'm like, that looks really cool. I really want to do it. So today, guess what? We're doing it.
The next station stop is Danes Court.
Still up Barry White. But coming up on Dames Court, on the Cardiff City network. 300 yards. And I honestly cannot tell you what the difference is with this pacer and the one we were just in. Other than Barry White doing my voices. I have no idea why he just stopped. I missed something here. Nothing's tripped. That is weird. Why is that so weird? I didn't have a yellow. I didn't have an AWS warning. It just tripped on its own. All good. This is Dames Court. I'm just glad it didn't stop once I hit the platform, because that would have taken some points away. Doors opening on the right. We'll hop out. Always put me in the tree, tell me. Okay, doors are closing. Releasing the brakes and applying some power.
The next stop is Fairwater.
I'm going to laugh every time I hear this guy's voice. It's amazing. Okay, this is Fairwater. Watch your step, leaving the train. Doors are closing. Releasing the brakes. And applying power. Unfortunately, I do not remember my shortcut key for the guard buzzer, so I cannot return the 2
We will shortly be arriving
that I
at
like.
Winegron Park.
I usually like to return the 2 to the guard, but I don't remember the shortcut key for it. On Train Sim Classic, it's C. It's not C on this one. So sometimes I get my keys confused. So I'm just gonna not ignore it, but not acknowledge it either. This is Winegron Park. I'm saying that correct. Doors will be opening on the left. I don't know why we gotta go to the end of the platform. It's only 2 cars. No reason why we had to go all the way down there. But whatever. Doors are closing.
The next station stop is Ninian Park.
Indian Park's next. As we can now get some space to run here. It's only a 1.4 miles, but still better than the 600 yards that the previous 2 have been at. So we will jump out for a minute. Just want to get a little speed up. Such a quick move because it's 2 cars long. So used to having some length. It's back on the throttle.
Next stop is Ninian Park.
Thank you, Barry. Coming up on Ninian Park. Doors will be opening on the left. This is Ninian Park. Doors closing. Flying power.
We will shortly be arriving at Cardiff Central.
Cardiff Central is next. I also would like to acknowledge we spoke about the crew to Milton Keynes route earlier. They're also releasing a Cumbrian coast route, which ironically is one of the routes I actually have been working on in Train Sim Classic. So I would love to actually get my hands on that as well. And I'm going off of faith here. You know, like the past 4 DLCs have not been up to par. And I've bought them literally day one or pre. And I have not been happy with how they have distributed these okay. For some reason, I know what it is now. For some reason, I am not hearing the vigilance. That's what it is. One of the problems with PlayStation is my sounds come out of my controller, and I wear headphones, so I'm not gonna hear all of the sound, especially if it's a light vigilance like this one is. I don't hear it going off. That's why my train keeps stopping. I kept wondering why I was losing power unwanted. But that makes a lot more sense now. I promise you I am not dumb. Well, maybe there I am. But I kept wondering why the train kept stopping. But it is what it is. What was I talking about? Oh, Cumbrian Coast is actually it's another video I was working on as well. Connecting it to the Blackpool branches and the West Coast Main Line. So the last 4 DLCs I have bought pre and day one, and for the most part I have no regrets, except when you deliver me broken goods. You know, like I'm so excited to play something. And it's like being a kid on Christmas, getting a toy. It's an action hero, and it's missing an arm. Right at that time. You know, like how can you have fun playing with a toy that's missing an arm? Like, what kind of superhero is that? But I'm going off of faith, and hopefully These next 3 DLCs, I will say, do not disappoint me, because I'm also going to get that Medway Valley one as well. So we'll see. But this is Cardiff Central. Doors are open on the right. As we have a red, just going to pop on the DRA. It's my mouse. Had I known I was going to fall in love with train simming in the beginning, I probably would have just gotten this on computer. But at the time, I didn't have a computer, which is why I have so much on, popping the DRA off, on the PlayStation. I do have this as well on a computer, but I don't have as much in my catalog as I do on the PlayStation. Doors are closing. This is back to you, buddy. Sorry, I can't do it. Releasing the brakes.
The next stop is Cardiff Queen Street.
Cardiff Queen Street is next. Speeding. See what I can do for making fun of the guy. $700 to Cardiff Queen Street as we fly over the main line. As we can now get up to 25.
We will shortly be arriving at Cardiff Queen Street.
AWS. Single yellow. Track 4. Get to the platform. Red on the other end. This is Cardiff Queen Street. Doors will be opening on the right. And closing the doors. Hopefully the light is green. It's in the brakes. R2.
The next station stop is Heath Low Level.
Heath is next. I'll get up to 65. I will say this is a slower speed than I'm used to. You know, I usually like to do runs where I can at least go at minimum 45 miles an hour. And although this is, I wouldn't consider a lot of stop and go, but most of these movements from station to station, you know, it's low miles per hour for me. I wouldn't say it's not my cup of tea, but it's pretty close to it. Which is why I like fast trains. Like American freight is another thing. Because American freight is so slow, I don't really like to play it because of it being slow. 35 miles an hour. It's not my idea of fun. Sorry. A lot of people swear by it. To each his own, but it's just not my thing. Just under a mile to Heath, low level. I really cannot see the signals in here. Having no route knowledge hurts me because I don't know where to expect the aspects at, and in the trees the foliage is different colors. So on this run at least, I'm thinking the bright orange is red, just because I can't see that far out, but that actually looks like a red up there. That looks like it just turned. Is what I'm actually concerned about. All the bright colors. It all runs together for me. At least on this route. Only because I've never played it. But had I played it a bunch of other times, I would know where the lights are, and I wouldn't be getting confused. But just gonna put a little more power into this. Still got 600 yards. Okay. I really cannot see this. That's my problem. 25 here. Now we're out. notice is the gradient is going up when we're going down. There we go.
The next stop is Heath Low Level.
This is Heath. Low level. As Barry White told us. Doors will be opening on the right. Watch your step exiting the train.
The next station stop is Glass.
The glass is next. So we can get up to 45 here. $400 to the next stop. I'll take it. Let's see how bad that was. Oh, not bad at all, actually. Right, it's just a little step up. We handled it fine. It's all good. What is that? Collectible? That's celery? Is that a leak? What is that? A leak? It's weird. Alright, doors are closing.
We will shortly be arriving at Birch Grove.
Birch Grove is next. We'll be into it. This is Birch Grove. Starting to see a lot more stuttering this game. It's almost not wanting. Know what to do. Okay, doors are closing. Back to you, buddy. Fine powering, taking off.
The next stop is Radyr.
There's no way I can predict that, so this has announcements. Okay, step one braking here. Okay, doors open on the right. Next stop is Whitchurch Station. Whitchurch, excuse me. Whitchurch Station.
We will shortly be arriving at Whitchurch.
This is Whitchurch. Watch your step leaving the train. Doors are opening on the right. Doors are closing. And departing.
The next station stop is Coryton, where this service ends.
Okay, this is Coryton. The last stop on this train. Doors will be opening on the left. Okay, and that was the pacer of the Cardiff City network to Coryton. Radyr To Coryton. Hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did, even though it was a little bit slower paced than I'm used to. Uh, it felt good to actually jump into that pacer, that 142. Uh, I thought the Blackpool South run was going to be shorter than it was, but uh, either way, you know, I have fun driving trains. I just don't like going slow. Um, it is what it is, though. Uh, Cardiff, Cardiff City. Thank you for the follow. Cardiff City Network. Uh, was a DLC that I've had for a long time. I just kind of lost interest in it, so I really didn't do too many runs on it in the past. But since that new pacer has been added into it, it gave me another reason to actually want to jump back into it. So I figured I'd also get a Blackpool run in there as well, and I enjoyed it. But that's actually gonna do it for me today. I'll catch you on the next stream. Should be Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. in the UK. We'll talk to you later.